What's up everybody, Brandon here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a fully adjustable lighting solution for your videos. I'm talking key light, fill light, hair light, backlight. Let's go. Let's get it. Today I want to show you guys how to do a different kind of lighting setup. I don't know if a lot of people use this. Definitely not the pros. This isn't going to be apertures or anything fancy or super expensive at all, but I want to show you this lighting setup. This is strictly all ring lights. I've got one 19-inch ring light here to my left. I've got a 10-inch for my fill light, a little 6-inch for my hair light, and then I've got a 10-inch newer ring light behind me. So that's literally all I'm using right now. I do use a umbrella in front of this one right here. Let's see if I can pull it over here so you guys can see it. There, you can see it. I'm gonna modify my light stand so I can use something in the hot shoe of that to attach this umbrella. Right now I've got a different light stand that actually has one of the lights behind it. It's just going through the middle. I've ran it through the middle of the ring light to do that, but I wanted to get something soft for my main light. So it's literally just a 19-inch ring light behind filling up this umbrella here, and then the rest are just bare. So I wanted to go over quick some of the prices and show you guys. The biggest, most expensive one, of course, is this 19-inch. It is the pixel ring light. The reason I went with this is because it's completely bicolor. It's fully adjustable brightness from 0 to 100% in 1% increments. It goes from, I believe, 3200 to 5600 Kelvin, or no, 5800. It goes to 5800 Kelvin. And the main reason I got this one over some of the competition was that this one had a CRI rating of over 97. So super great in the color rendering index realm. So that's why I wanted to get that, something that just reproduced the colors as good as they can, or, you know, pretty close, because a lot of the professional lights are close to that. If not, I don't know that a lot of them that are even really over that. So to be able to get this light for around 120 bucks, and you can use it, it's portable, it's super thin. So I mean, it's just bonuses. A lot of people don't like ring lights because they don't want the little ring in your eyes. I'm not a fan of that either. If you are, nothing against that. I just like the more dramatic kind of lighting for my stuff, so that's what I go with. But anyways, the fill light, I'll show you guys this one. It's probably about 2.5 to 3 feet away from my face. As you can see here, I don't have it set very high. I just like to fill it in a little bit so it's not completely black. Honestly, I kind of like this look here, and I've went back and forth with even deciding if I want to use a fill light at all, because the way I do my shadowing on my face, this is not quite 45 degrees away. I know everyone says that. Mine's probably more like 25, 30. It's almost touching the side of the camera, so I would say maybe 30%. I kind of like this shadow, but I think it's a little too much, so if you add a little bit there. Of course, that's the 10-inch ring light, about 3 feet away. And then my overhead light is actually attached on a bicycle mount, and I've got it on a microphone boom stand. That's all it's on. It's just attached on it. It's right here. Let's see if I can bring it down and show you guys. It's just a little guy, little 6-inch ring light. Just keep it out so you can tell on and off, just to give you more of that separation from the background, especially if you got a background that kind of blends in with whatever you're wearing or something like that. You want something to kind of light up. I know you can see here, really, without my hat, you can see the light doing its job a lot better. I just wear hats all the time, so I feel more comfortable wearing my hat. And this hoodie, I've just noticed that it really lights up very well. That's why I like wearing hoodies or something like that when I'm doing videos, because you can tell that light behind me, that 10-inch newer ring light, which that one is not bicolor. It comes with the little plastic pieces that you put on the front. You know, you can switch it from tungsten or warm to cool white, or you can, sometimes I leave them off. I've got the white ones on there, and it's pretty much just kind of angled a little bit where it's hitting like the back of my neck and my shoulder area, just to give me these lights you can see here, to really make me separate myself from the background. And I just think it looks better when it doesn't look like you're blending. It makes you look more 3D and more realistic. So, but actually my sister-in-law found this at a garage sale for me for $10. Super sick deal. The stand just needed a little nut and bolt. I fixed the stand. It's one of those high, like 72-inch stands. Pretty sweet stand. I think that's the only thing I had to fix. It came with some adapters, the bag, everything with it. Super bright. $10 at a yard sale. I was super stoked on that because I was needing an extra light, and I was thinking of video ideas to do for you guys. And I know a lot of people when they're first starting out buy ring light just because they're cheaper, and a lot of them put out really good light, and you don't have to set your camera right in the middle of your ring light and use it like that. I know that's what they're like advertised for, and most people use them like that, but you don't have to do that. I mean, you can set yours off to the side, get some type of diffusion material. If you do have an extra umbrella laying around or a softbox that you could rig up and, you know, get this thing inside a softbox where it looks good enough, you could do that. But you don't have to put your camera right in the middle of your ring light, and just if you don't like those. I mean, if you're doing makeup videos, stuff like that, like where you want stuff to feel like more lighthearted, and like comedy stuff where you want your subject, you know, to be you know, fully lit, like just fully completely evenly lit, no shadows, then you could go for that. And just this one light right here would do that super well. I mean, this thing is so bright. This thing's 55 watts. It cranks out like you can't look at. I wouldn't even want to set my camera in the middle of this thing all the way up because it'd probably damage your eyes. But these little guys are pretty bright. Most of them are not set on 100% except for that one because I want the most, you know, separation. You can see here on my shoulders and there, and it honestly kind of lights up my ears a little bit. But yeah, it looks great. So if you do have some extra, don't think you can't use them. I even put this one way farther off to the side and back because you guys might be able to see the ring light in the far corner, but I didn't want it where you could see this big one, the catch light in my eyes, and then have, you know, a little ring light on the other side. So I tried to put it, you know, directly beside me. It's probably not far as it should be, but it's pretty much directly, you know, 90 degrees from me. So hopefully it looks okay. I kind of like this look. I like the, you know, the fully lit up and then the little shadows. I don't really go for the mine's a different, I can't think of what the lighting technique is called, but it's used for more for people that have rounder faces, and it just creates that little knob right there. And it honestly, if you have like a more of a round head, it makes that lighting technique where you just get the little shadow right here, puts off the impression or makes it look like that you have a slimmer face or a slimmer head and not such a round head, which I do. I'm just gonna say it, I've got a pretty round head. That's why I cut my hair like that, to make it not so basketball looking or ball looking, I don't know. But anyways, that's the way I do it. You can put it to 45 degrees, you can put it up higher, play with your lights. I mean, this whole setup, I think this thing was 120. These are like 20 bucks, so there's 140. You can find these for like 15, so we're at what, 155. And then I got that one at the garage sale. So, I mean, we're at like 165, maybe 175 with the stands. And I mean, if you wanted an umbrella to do something like I'm doing, you could rig it up, make something to stick it on there. And I mean, you're under $200 still for a complete setup. That's pretty cheap. I know you can buy the cheap soft boxes, but they're super huge. They take up a lot of room. Not my favorite. I do got some little it's like mini desktop photography soft boxes that I use sometimes, but they're not big enough. I mean, for product photography on like a table or super compact, they work great, but these things are super thin. If you don't use these, which I don't necessarily have to use this, I just try to get the softest light that I can. I've even got a big curtain, if you guys have seen my previous video of like the $6 YouTube lighting setup. And I did use a different light. The only light on my face, I did use a backlight and I had a hair light, but no light on my face. It was $6 to get a complete light that you could put over your, or use as a curtain, and, you know, well, it's not a light, to use over your window for the natural light to diffuse it. And it honestly, like comparing it to my other videos, like that light looks the best. I've been trying to replicate that with these lights, but again, that's not the dramatic look. That's more of the just full on like blast, light up your whole face. And that's a $6 option at Walmart you could get. But if you have some of these laying around, you can use these. For some reason, when I talk to people about ring lights, they always just assume that, you know, the one big ring light with your camera in the middle, and you're gonna have the rings in your eyes. And I always tell them I use mine more like a softbox. I use them off to the side to try to keep the light out of my face or out of my eyes as a catch light. I know this one's gonna be, but I don't want the rings on my eyes. So I use this one pretty much. This is my softbox here, and my fill light, hair light, and you wouldn't even know. If I didn't show you guys, you wouldn't know that there's not some cool, you know, fancy expensive light over there, or that I don't have some $200 light off to my side. So just seeing all these big YouTubers. It's hard for me too, because I'm super critical on myself. I'm always sitting back here in this room, adjusting lights, changing the color, seeing if I want to, set my white balance on my camera to like 3000, and then, turn my lights super orange if that looks cooler. Which, if that's what you're going for, it will make your background look like a lot. It turns everything more blue. So if that's what you're going for, the blue and teal, that's an option. But I am that guy that has like the gear acquisition syndrome. Even though I've made a lot of videos on my phone with no microphone in the past. I thought I had a microphone plugged into it, but turns out this whole time I was wrong. So that was a different channel. But I mean, for super cheap, or if you do have a softbox that you already use, one of those like $50 ones or whatever, or set, and you needed some fill lights, hair lights, something that's light that you could probably like hang on the ceiling or rig stuff up, ring lights are a super good option, and most of them are really cheap. They're bi-color, so you can switch them, and I mean, for the price, you really can't beat it. And if you could rig something up, which I'm going to work on, that is rigging something up where I can make, pretty much turn it into like one of those flat panels, the new ones that are coming out, like Falcon Eyes, and Neewer makes one. It's pretty much like a ring light, but it's edge lit, and the whole thing, it's super thin, but the whole thing lights up. So I'm gonna try to make some DIY versions of that, see if Kayla will sew me some stuff around it, and I can get it set up where it pretty much turns it into just like a solid light for all of my ring lights, see if that would help. So that might be a future video. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys some ideas and show you that you don't have to have the aperture lights and the Falcon Eyes mats and all these $400, $500, $1,000 lights. Is just completely ridiculous. In the future, I would like to have those, and as you upgrade and keep going in your YouTube career or your journey, of course you can upgrade. You get taxes, whatever, you get a bonus, upgrade, get yourself the gear that you want. Like I said, I was filming, I had one light. Actually, I used those two super cheap $50 softbox, the product photography one. I used those, my phone, and then this, $40 microphone I've got here. And honestly, they look pretty good. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an idea that you could use, rig up an umbrella if you have one. I know a lot of people have them. They buy those because they're cheap. So if you have a softbox, you can honestly rig it up on there and just get creative with your stuff. Rig it up, and then you've got, this is probably a 32-inch softbox I've got here, made out of this ring light that is fully adjustable from 0 to 100%, and it's bi-color for $120 plus the thing. I think you can find these for like $5, the umbrella, and all of my lights in here except for that back one, the 10-inch Neewer one, but I can change it. I was telling you guys, it's got the white ones on it now, but it pretty much, if you want to make it warm or tungsten, it's one of those ones that comes with these. I wish I had the color ones for like a background light, but that doesn't bug me that much because that one's just going to be a backlight. That doesn't have to be, for me anyways, and a lot of people want to match their lights absolutely perfectly. I wouldn't go crazy and have like a tungsten, unless like this. I could use, just maybe a quick tip, like with those lights right here that I have, I could use my key light on this side, and then probably use one of these and make that more of a tungsten color, so you get the idea that that's kind of shining on you. You can play that off so your practical, it looks like your practicals are shining on your face, so you could make this a more tungsten side. I might try that, but I've been just moving stuff around, so you can see here. It wouldn't match up like this though. I can turn this one to tungsten, and like these aren't fully, these are bi-color, but they're pretty much the 3 modes. You get the white, the in-between, and then the tungsten. So, but if I crank this up here, you can see, I don't know if that's all the way up. It's pretty far though, but you could see, I think it just looks kind of weird because this side's tungsten, and then I've got, these tungsten lights back here. So, and then that's the in-between, and that's the daylight mode. So, but overall, for color temperature adjustable lights, and they have, most of these smaller ones have like 10, maybe 10 brightness settings on them. Pretty adjustable, super cheap. Like this 10-inch one I found, and you can even put a camera or something in there. It's got the 1/4" 20 thread in the middle of that, where you could put a camera for a second angle. And those are like, I think those are around $15. You can find those with stands, 15 to 20 bucks with stands. You can find these little 6-inch ones with stands for 10 to 15 bucks. And I'm not sure how much these Neewer ones are. Those are probably around 50 or 60 brand new, I would guess. I looked them up the other day. I'm pretty sure they're around that price. And then of course the most expensive one. But to find fully adjustable, you know, bi-colored lights that you can adjust the brightness on and that work for more than what they're pretty much like advertised for. Great lights. I think this lighting setup, I've been messing with it for a while. I think it looks pretty good. I like the blue and the teal. Of course, that's kind of what I'm trying to go for. So I do have another light I didn't show you guys. I've got a little disco light on the back of the ring light there in the middle. It's like one of those ones that have the little globe on it, little cheap like $5 lights that's on blue, just to give a little more blue. And then I've got a just regular desk lamp there, and that is literally all that has on it is just a little binder. You know those binders that you had in school that were like the clear folders. Let me see if I can find another one. I'll show you guys. But it's literally just these right here. It's just the school binders, and these things work awesome. I mean, look at that. You can change your colors up. You can see the purple there. But they're super cheap, and you can use them to change the colors of your lights. I was trying to think of what they're called, you know, the ones you can actually buy, but these are super cheap at Walmart for a few bucks. You can get a pack of like all different colors. I'll go ahead and get a couple just so you can cover bigger lights. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. I just want to give you guys an idea. My dog is going crazy, so obviously someone's here. But just wanted to give you guys an idea of using a studio, you know, lighting setup with literally all, except for those little practicals and stuff back there. Literally every light I'm using for myself is a ring light. So that's an option for you guys. 200 bucks to get, you know, hair light, backlight, fill light, key light, literally every light you would need. Under that, you could probably find it for around 150 bucks and get the job done, and it's going to look great. And they're adjustable. You can take them everywhere. They're not super big and clunky, easy to set up. I think they're honestly awesome. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and hitting the notifications bell. You know I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry it took a couple weeks. Some stuff's been going on with the family, so thank you guys. Just thank you guys for watching, especially if you're here to the end. You know I love you. I want to find some more budget stuff for you guys. Hopefully I'll have a couple new microphones to try out for you, some XLR mics, and thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you. Peace.